morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Daily Video Diary. How's it going today? Today has been a pretty strange day. I'm ending my video now, it's nearly midnight. I'm going to bed a little bit early because this morning I woke up well, not feeling like deadly tired, but like feeling more tired than I need to be. Also, Graham, after a short stint of sleeping in their igloo, has now decided to sleep behind it again. You're not coming out, Graham. God damn it, you've already been out once. And I'm going to bed. And what you'll do is you'll run around in your ball and smash into the walls and wake Laura up. That's not on. Right, so what's been going on? Today, woke up at the normal time, got ready, headed on into work. It still seems to be quiet. I don't think kids are back at school yet, although they might be today or on Friday. But next week we're not going to be able to leave as late as I did this morning. But it wasn't icy as well, and today it's going to tomorrow it's going to be icy, so got that to bear in mind as well. But got into work and carried on I finished off some work that I did to do some refactoring around the rules and using generic interfaces for something that isn't really like, it's the better thing to do, but it's not really valid in this sense, because like I'm re-implementing such a concrete implementation that it doesn't have any benefit. In fact, it has a downside, and I actually found an area where I was using a less than validator to compare booleans. I wanted a same as, but I injected the wrong one, and none of the tests picked it up because I happened to be doing it the right way round. I think a test would have picked it up if it was the other way around, because technically that would be not the same, but that was a proof that I had nothing stopping someone putting the wrong rule in or the wrong chain in, and you kind of hoping on the integration test to detect that problem, when I can rely on the compiler or the Spring framework to spot it for me. Which is much better normally, and yeah, that's that. And then we was also doing some code reviews and stuff, helping people try and write some tests for things they're doing. But one person in particular, I help him quite a bit with tests, and I think he differs from my opinion for the sake of it. He has no, you know what I mean. It's like he refuses to do anything I suggest, even when it's clearly this thing here, this is so obviously not needed in this test. You could just cut it out and it makes your life so much easier. And it's just no, well, not test it. It's antagonisingly different for the sake to antagonise. But I just leave it to it. Also, we was going through, kind of helping. I think it's the same at most places. There are a couple of people who are really invested in really improving the code base and making it better, and redesigning it, and using the code reviews as a way to do that. And then there are some people who probably wrote the legacy code in the first place and continue to write garbage code, specifically garbage tests. And there's this great thing where literally one line was added that set a boolean, and then a test was written that was 100 lines long that didn't even call the method where that was set directly, and tested something. And there was this big thread, I wasn't even part of it, this big thread of comments being this isn't proper testing, man. If you looked at if this test failed, you'd have no, if I took out that line and this test failed, and I mean, it might not fail, I don't know, I'm assuming the test would fail if that line wasn't there. You would never, ever in a million years think to write that line, because it's just so obscure what it's doing. So that was fun. Otherwise, I was doing a lot of this because I was trying to pick up a bug, but I couldn't get my servers to deploy. I think something's gone wrong with my servers. And I spent so long trying to figure out why. It just can't pick up the configuration file, even though it's right fucking there. And I don't know why. And I was trying to get other people to help, and they're like, we tried this, we tried this, we tried this, and then I try it. I'm yep, but I'll try it again. Nope. So, good times. otherwise, this was like where everything went off. When I went off to work today, Laura was feeling like quite ill, and I said, like, preferably don't go to work, because we thought it might be like a kidney infection or like kidney stones, because she's had that before. So she knows what it's like, and she's like, it feels like that, but like early on. And I'm like, fucking stop everything, go to the doctors. But like a trooper, she went to work, and then halfway through work, left work and went to like the walk-in centre, which is where I went when I had tonsillitis that time. I've been like kind of on call to make sure she's alright and stuff, but I wasn't needed. But then I came home, and then like Laura's been home. They can't diagnose it as that, and it seems to be like subsiding now, but it's difficult to tell whether that's the painkillers. They've only said like take these painkillers to kind of make it bearable to walk, but so it's like that's why I don't like painkillers, because it's difficult to tell whether the problem's being fixed or whether the painkillers are just kicking in. But yeah, so Laura's been back and been like asleep for bits, so that like fucked me. Like my timings were shot. I came in, Laura was asleep. I was like making sure she felt alright. Started doing my video. She started to feel like really like nauseous, and I was like looking after her, getting stuff sorted. She was all fine. Sorted the video, cooked dinner, and then Laura's like half asleep, half watching TV, and that's when I did my programming, because I normally come home, sort out my video, program. I did it like come home, sort out Laura, sort out my video, sort out dinner, program, and then we watched an episode of Dirk Gently on Netflix, which I'm enjoying. Laura fell asleep through, and then Laura went to bed at about 10:30, and now I'm going to bed. So my own project, I now have a fully tested system for getting the process results back from processes, whether they have been killed or not. I just have to hook it up to the main, I need to like hook it back into the thing that calls it, because it was on this thing and in a private method, and I've like taken it out and put it in something else so it can be mocked out. So I just literally need to do that hooking up there. I need to refactor some DTOs, and I need to populate the values in like, because I've now got test run details and test results. I need to populate the values in test run details inside the compiler. Test run. So I'm hoping to be able to do that tomorrow. Today I've done 3 hours of programming there, because I sat and did quite a lot while Laura was asleep / watching TV. So this week, Wednesday, first week back, we have already done 3 and... wait, no, that's a lie. Today we've done 3 hours of programming. We've done 8 hours and 20 minutes of programming this week, which is pretty impressive if you ask me, considering it's the first week back. I'm 3 days in, and I've already done over an hour over a day's worth of hours working full time. That's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I'm hoping to be able to finish off the test runner part of my project, and then, well, maybe not finish it, well, finish it off, but then move back into the core and like, because I need to do a certain amount of like processing of the results before I can then jump into the next leg. But yeah, that's the plan tomorrow. Laura's going to be working. We're going to go try the gym on Friday. This is assuming Laura's better. If Laura isn't feeling very well tomorrow, if it gets any worse, they said, like, just go to the hospital. If it's like kind of the same, go back to the GP and see if they can diagnose it. And if it's better, obviously, try your luck at work and stuff. Based on those 3 scenarios, I'm like gonna shift work around. So I may take like a really silly lunch to drive her there and bring her back and all that kind of stuff. So tomorrow's a bit all up in the air. When she went to bed, she was feeling much better than when she was. But like I say, painkillers, who knows? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later.